Everyone loves a good origin story. Scrappy engineer builds rocket in a garage, dreams of Mars, saves humanity. Beautiful, inspiring, and if you squint at the balance sheets, financially terrifying. Here's what nobody at SpaceX is putting in a press release. The entire Mars roadmap is essentially one enormous financial house of cards, and almost every card has the word Starlink written on it. Today we tear that house apart. 5 assumptions, 5 cracks, 1 uncomfortable verdict. Starlink generated over $11 billion in connectivity revenue in 2025, 61% of SpaceX's total, making it the only profitable segment inside a company that still posted a nearly $5 billion net loss overall. Read that again. The rockets lose money. The Mars program loses money. SpaceX's only profitable business is Starlink. That is not a diversified empire funding a moonshot. That is one cash register, funding everything. So let's walk through exactly how fragile that cash register is. Assumption 1. Subscriber growth stays explosive forever. Starlink hit approximately 10.3 million subscribers as of March 2026, up 105% year over year. That sounds bulletproof until you realize the easy customers are already taken. Average revenue per user is falling just as SpaceX moves into cities and suburbs where terrestrial broadband competes hard. You can't replace a rural American paying $120 a month with 10 people in rural Southeast Asia paying $12. Assumption 2. Pricing power holds. Average revenue per user slid to $81 in 2025, down from $91 in 2024 and $99 in 2023. Even as subscribers doubled in the first quarter, operating income barely moved, from $1.03 billion to $1.19 billion. Double the customers. Almost zero new profit. SpaceX tried hiking prices in May 2026, which raised the risk of churn. Pick your poison. Assumption 3. The competition stays slow. Picture the satellite internet market as a highway. Starlink has owned for years, no other cars, pure open road. Now look in the rearview mirror. Amazon's service, rebranded Amazon Leo in November 2025, entered enterprise beta in April 2026 with commercial availability targeted for mid-year. Amazon has committed over $10 billion to this, with Verizon, AT&T, Vodafone, JetBlue, and NASA among beta partners. That is the second largest company on Earth, with AWS infrastructure baked directly into its network, targeting Starlink's highest-paying customers. China is also closing in. The state-backed Qianfan project has deployed over 100 satellites and aims for around 15,000. The Xinguang constellation had nearly 200 in orbit as of April 2026, targeting about 13,000 total. State-funded, geopolitically motivated, not constrained by profit margins. Then there is Eutelsat OneWeb, backed by the French and British governments, which just ordered hundreds of new satellites from Airbus after a €1.5 billion capital increase in 2025. Governments are literally writing checks to compete with SpaceX. Quick gut check question. If you were betting your Mars program on Starlink staying dominant for 15 years, which competitor concerns you more? Amazon Leo with its $10 billion war chest, or the government-backed rivals who don't need to turn a profit? Comment your answer below. How this shakes out determines everything that comes next. Assumption 4. Launch cadence scales on schedule. SpaceX's entire cost model depends on Starship making launches practically free. Musk himself puts the odds of meeting the 2026 Mars deadline at 50-50. The primary limiting factor? Orbital refueling, a capability not yet demonstrated. That is not a software patch. It is one of the hardest engineering feats ever attempted. And the same unproven rocket supposed to scale Starlink is also the rocket going to Mars. One vehicle, 2 impossible jobs, 0 margin for error. Assumption 5. The money math eventually adds up. Musk estimates colonizing Mars will cost somewhere between $100 billion and $10 trillion, a range so wide it means nobody actually knows. Starlink's operating income for 2025 was $4.4 billion. Against the scale of Mars colonization, that is not a war chest. That is a down payment on the parking lot. Now stack all 5 assumptions. Each one leans on the last. If growth slows, pricing pressure worsens. If pricing worsens, Starship's cadence becomes unaffordable. If cadence slips, the Mars window closes, and Earth and Mars only align once every 2 years. Honest verdict, Mars is a financial bet, the biggest private financial bet in human history, dressed in rocket exhaust and inspirational language. The technology is genuinely extraordinary, but the architecture underneath rests on a single satellite business facing its first real competitive pressure, with revenue per user already down a third in 3 years, funded by a rocket that still needs to prove orbital refueling. Fragile? Yes. Impossible? No. But anyone telling you the odds are comfortable isn't reading the same balance sheet you just did. If this breakdown changed how you see the SpaceX story, share it with someone who still thinks Mars is a sure thing, and subscribe, because the next time a launch window opens, we'll be right here running the numbers.